What is good, everybody? What is good, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of TD Sports Talk. I know it's been a while since I posted anything, since I've gone live. Went live maybe about a week ago on a Wednesday and interviewed my boy. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to get on, do a recap of last weekend's fight, and let you know what's been going on with me personally. You know, not too personal. Let's not go there. This is a sports channel. We talk sports. But what's been kind of like my distractions, and pretty much it's been life, right? We got life issues and we got to take care of life in general. So that's the easiest way to put it. But yeah, I've been busy with work, busy with family, a bunch of things, et cetera, et cetera. Don't need to go into detail, but I'm hoping you guys know what I mean. You know, anyway, this is YouTube, this is the internet, and we do this for fun. So listen up. As you see on the screen, I got my boy's hat, my boy Easy Al. Family from another mother. I thought this was perfect for me to address you guys to start off with. Leave it on the screen because, you know, you guys are the TD Sports Talk family, and your family from another mother. And I appreciate all the supporters. I appreciate everybody that comes in and tunes in, watches the video, skims it, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you do. I appreciate it. Either way, the trolls, from the good people, for the people that like my content, that hate my content, you know, I appreciate it. Appreciate you all. You know, you guys make the show, and I appreciate if you guys leave a comment, suggestions, you know, in the comments. Let me know what I can do to get better. Let me know if I suck. Let me know if I'm good. Let me know if I missed something. I don't care, but please let me know. I do read it, and I do take it, you know, into consideration. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. You know, I do the best that I can. But anyway, on to what I want to speak about. Listen, next Friday, we're definitely going to go live Friday night. TD Sports Talk, which is another Friday night sports talk edition, will be back next Friday night. Okay, right now it is Saturday about 2:52 on the PM, and we're live on recording. And I will post this later on today. Hopefully, I'll post it before Ashley's Corner. She goes live around 5 o'clock. I'm not sure if she is going live, but I know she usually does on Saturday. So I'm going to try to get through this video quick, post it real quick so you guys can look at it or check it out later, but definitely check her out later. And, you know, check out my subscriptions on my channel. I believe you can see some of the channels that I'm subscribed to as well, boxing content, you know, which we mostly do here. I also do sports content. Later on today, I'll be dropping hopefully a fantasy baseball video. I got some things I want to talk about as far as prospects. And I may be doing another video on the Seahawks NFL draft. Maybe I'll touch up about the NFL draft in general. But as a Seahawks fan, I'll probably touch up on what the Seahawks did in the NFL draft. Besides that, let's get to last week. Last Friday, we had a big fight. Ryan Garcia took on Devin the Dream Haney. Sorry, King Ryan Garcia. Got to say the aliases, right? King Ryan Garcia took on Devin the Dream Haney in Brooklyn in the Barclays Center. I was live in living color. I was there live. And let me tell you something. When the main event came, the atmosphere was phenomenal. I mean, this may have been one of the biggest fights I've been to as far as like the atmosphere, the crowd, and everything. Before the main event, it was not as packed. It looked like it wasn't going to fill in. It filled in little by little, you know, but the undercard wasn't anything special. You know, we had an upset besides the main event. John Scrappy Ramirez, he lost his WBA interim world super flyweight title to David Jimenez. John Scrappy, which he goes by, was 13-0, 9 KOs from Los Angeles. You know, he was the big favorite in this fight. He was taking on David Jimenez from Costa Rica, who was 16-1. And Scrappy did not look good. He got dominated this fight. I think David Jimenez came in there with a good strategy, pretty much smothered him most of the fight, where Scrappy couldn't really let go of his punches and get into any type of rhythm. But nevertheless, this was a big upset. David Ramirez moves on to 16-1. He is now the interim world super flyweight champion in the WBA. And Scrappy, I'm not sure where he goes from here. After his first loss, we'll see what happens. In the co-main event, should have been another upset. Arnold Barboza, who was 29-0 going into this fight with 11 KOs, was taking on the Irishman, Sean McComb, who was 18-1 with 5 KOs. Arnold Barboza won a split decision and improves to 30-0. I disagree with this. I thought Sean McCone won this fight without a doubt, clearly won this fight. One judge, Don Trula, had it 97-90, 97-93 for McComb. That's 7 rounds to 3. It was a 10-round fight. 7 rounds to 3 for McComb, which is what I had. I thought he won 7, maybe 8 rounds clear in this fight. The other 2 judges, Robert Russo, had it 98-92 for Barboza. I don't know what he was looking at in this fight. He gave 8 rounds to Barboza, and I clearly thought that McComb won 8 rounds. That to me was a joke. And then finally, Tom Shrek, he scored at 96-94 for Barboza. That's much closer, 6 rounds to 4. Maybe a draw if you want, but obviously I thought McComb won this fight. Barboza, I don't know where he goes from here. I mean, he's 30-0. He's 32 years old, out of Los Angeles. Maybe he gets a title shot soon. I'm not sure where in the lightweight division. He was supposed to be, just in case Ryan Garcia did not, make it to the fight, he was going to be the replacement to fight Devin Haney. I'm not sure if he can beat a Devin Haney, right? He doesn't have much pop, with only, 11 KOs. He didn't look good his last fight. I mean, I don't know where he goes from there. But anyway, before I get to the main event, let me just talk about my boy. It was a tough weekend for boxing for me as a fan, where I had my boy who I interviewed, Ismael Villarreal. He was fighting in the knockout arena, the overtime arena in Atlanta. He took on Brandon Adams, and he was stopped in the 3rd round to a well-placed, beautiful body shot by Brandon Adams. The fight was competitive the first 2 rounds. I thought Ish did some good work. First round, they were kind of feeling each other out. Second round, they kind of let their hands go a little bit more. In the 3rd round, I thought Ish was landing some good shots to the head, but Adams was with that left hook. He was looking to land something pretty and solid. He did land pretty good to the head of Ish. Ish took it well. Ish can take punches well. We saw him in the Kane Walsh fight. He staggered in early on, like the 2nd or 3rd round, and he came back strong. And I thought he won the fight against Kane Walsh. But in this fight, Adams landed a beautiful, beautiful body shot on Ish, and Ish went down. Probably one of the first fights where I felt, was kind of emotionally attached, because Ish is my friend, and to see him lose like that, I felt bad. But he's doing all right. I texted him that night, and he texted me back later in the same night, and he said he was doing fine. He felt good. He said it was just a perfect shot. So it was good to hear from him and get that text back to see that it was okay, because I really felt bad for him. And obviously it's a much different, as boxing fans and fans of fighters, it's much different when you actually know the guy, and I felt the type of way. But now moving on to the main event of Saturday's card in the Barclays. Let me tell you, when that main event started, when they announced it was ready to start, and they were got into doing the ready to do the introductions, it filled up. It filled up to where I was not sitting where I was supposed to be sitting at, and I had to move, and I had to climb up to the next seat behind me, and I busted my ass, which is pretty funny. But nevertheless, I was there. I had good seats, and it didn't sell out. You could tell there was seats left, but it did fill out. It was an almost sellout crowd. I think it was due to pretty much Ryan Garcia and his antics, of him, with the social media antics he was doing, and him, people thinking that he wasn't going to show, people thinking that the fight wasn't going to happen. I think that's what happened. The tickets were expensive. They did drop significantly when it came close to the main event, because I was checking the prices. Some of the prices dropped in half. All right. I'll tell you one ticket in where I had was a $700 and something ticket. It dropped to $355. That's pretty much half. So I was pretty pissed off at that, because, I paid for my ticket, but I got them back because I didn't sit in my seat. I sat much closer. So, But anyway, to the main event, Devin the Dream Haney, 31-0 going into that fight, taking on King Rye, who was 24-1 going into that fight with 20 KOs. King Ryan did not make the weight. A lot of people I see talking about this fight, and after the fact, talking about the weight, played a part to it, and the professionalism, of Haney in comparison to Ryan. Me personally, I think the weight did play a factor, but I think it was more of what Haney didn't do in this fight, which led up to him losing this fight. Okay. I thought, the first round, Ryan came out, which what I thought he was going to do initially. He came out, guns blazing. He staggered Haney in that first round. He clearly won that first round. After that, I thought Haney took control. I thought Haney won clearly 2-6. The sixth round may be in question. I was looking at some of the scorecards from the judges that night, and I was looking at the population event. I went to BoxRec, and the fans, a lot of fans scored it around for Garcia in that fight. Me personally, watching it, I haven't seen a replay on TV yet. This is me watching it live. I personally thought Haney won that sixth round. Another factor in this fight I haven't heard people talk about or mention yet, the boos. There were boos in the fifth and sixth round, and they were booing Ryan Garcia because Ryan was pretty much running or, let's say, moving around a lot in those rounds and wasn't really throwing punches, and he was kind of holding and clinching a lot as well. I believe the fans were booing Ryan because Haney was on his way to, winning every round at that point. And I think that triggered both men. I think it kind of made Ryan step on the gas more in that seventh round, coming into that seventh round. Even the sixth round, he kind of stepped on it. And then, he had some flurries in that sixth round as well. That's why I say that round was much closer than people may think, even though I scored it for Haney. But in the seventh round, he came out kind of strong. And I think Haney winning round after round after round, in his mind, I think he let his guard down and eventually got caught. That seventh round knockdown, I didn't think he was going to get up. And, maybe people criticized the referee in that fight, especially in that round. I didn't think he'd get up. Kudos to Haney. He did get up, and he did continue with the fight. In round 8, I think Haney was still trying to gain his legs, gain his composure. I clearly scored that round for Ryan. Round 9 was a toss-up to me. I didn't think Garcia did enough in round 9. I think he took his foot off the gas. He let Haney kind of get his legs back and recoup a little bit. And I thought Haney might have won that round, right? But before I go on to the 10th, 11th, and 12th, let me come back to the 7th round. The 7th round should have been scored a 10-8 round. If not, you could have scored it a 10-7 round, right? You could have scored a 10-7 because Ryan clearly dominated that round, and judges could score it that way. Mind you, they took away a point for Garcia for a late hit on a breakup. It was kind of like a sucker punch. The ref was trying to break them up, and he sucker punched them. So the ref took a point there. Therefore, the score could have been 9-8, but you could have scored it a 9-7 round. So please, anybody that, this fight was, scored much closer on one judge's scorecard, even on my scorecard in person, by the way, I had it. You could have scored it a draw, or you could have gave it to Ryan because of that 10-7 round. And here's why. The 9th round, I thought Haney won, but you could have went either way. It was a swing round. I just thought Ryan took his foot off the gas and he could have pressed him more. The round 10 and 11, clearly Ryan rounds. He knocked Haney down both rounds, hurt him both rounds. I thought Haney was in serious trouble in the 10th round. Not sure why. The fight could have been stopped, but credit to Haney, he kept going. And then in round 12, I didn't think either man really did much. I thought, Garcia pretty much showboated the last 30 seconds of the round. I thought Haney pressed the action in the 12th round. You could have gave Haney that round, right? So if you gave Haney that round in the 9th round, it could have been scored a draw, which is what the judges had it. The judges had it. One judge had it a draw, and then the other two judges, one had it 115-109, and then one judge had it 114-110. When I'm looking at the scorecards, I'm looking here in the 6th round, 2 of the 3 judges did in fact give Ryan that 6th round, right? And then the judge that scored a draw, he gave Devin Haney the 6th round. What is interesting to me is the 9th round. The 9th round, the 2 judges that scored it for Garcia and not a draw, they definitely scored it for Ryan Garcia. And then the one that scored the draw had it with me. He gave the round to Devin Haney. The 12th and final round, the other 2 judges gave Garcia the round, even the judge that scored the draw. So basically, he had it he had Ryan Garcia into the 12th round, and then he gave Haney the last round to score the draw. I thought that was pretty interesting looking at the scorecards here. Another interesting one was, I thought there's something else. Give me a second. There's something else in the scorecards that I found pretty odd. Where was it? It was the ninth. Was it the ninth round? No, I think that's what it was. The ninth round was in question. 7 and 8. Oh, the eighth round. The eighth round, two judges gave the eighth round to Haney, which I thought was weird. I clearly thought Ryan Garcia won the eighth round. That was another round I thought that was in question. But either way, Ryan Garcia wins. A lot of people think this is good for boxing, and because Ryan Garcia has all the followings and stuff. Me, I think it can be good for boxing, but for all the wrong reasons. The guy didn't make weight. This was supposed to be a world title fight, and Ryan Garcia didn't make weight. He was more comfortable, rehydrating to whatever weight he came in. I heard rumors of 180. I don't know what the official weigh-in was the day of the fight. I really don't. Some people say he was in at 180, which is crazy. That's 25 pounds, right? Or 27 pounds more. They say Haney rehydrated to about 158 or between 158 and 160. Huge advantage, but honestly, this didn't. The weight may played a little factor, but didn't play a factor as far as the fight. I think it played a factor as far as Haney's team thinking Ryan didn't take the fight seriously, which I don't think they really did, and it kind of drew them into like thinking they could get a stoppage, and I think that was a mistake. I think Haney pressed the action, trying to get a stoppage that he was not going to get. I think if he clearly boxed and not let his guard down after that sixth round, I clearly think he wins a decision easily. I think they both cared for what the fans were saying at that point, especially Devin Haney, who pressed the gas and got caught, with the crowd booing, So honestly, I think it was more of what Haney didn't do and what Haney did as far as mistakes in comparison to what anything special that Ryan Garcia may have done. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. I see a lot of people, in comments and stuff and in chats and talking about how, this is good, that Haney's a bum, that Haney was anything special. I disagree. If Haney is a bum and Haney's not that good, he was undisputed champ. He is currently the 140 WBC champion. If you list all the fighters from 135 and 140, where do you sit Haney? Even if you was a so-called uncold a hater, a Devin Haney hater, where could you put him? Would you not put him in the top 10 as far as all the fighters at those weights? I know you have the Tank Davises, you have obviously Ryan Garcia, but can we count Ryan Garcia as a 135, 140 fighter anymore? The guy came in 143, clearly can't make the weight. His previous fight, he didn't make 140 either. And then the fight against Tank, I believe, was a catch weight as well. So, this guy is obviously a welterweight who's probably going to keep fighting at catch weights until he doesn't. I just don't agree with the hatred for Devin Haney. If you got hatred for Devin Haney, why not the hatred for Teofimo, who's at 140? He lost to Kambosos. He lost to a guy that he was supposed to beat, right? Haney beat the guy that beat the guy, right? So this hatred for Devin Haney and the people saying like, Haney wasn't, quote unquote crap, to begin with. I mean, that's messed up, in my opinion. You guys are not really boxing fans, right? You have the boxing fans, you have your fight fans, and then you have the haters. And I think you guys are just haters, or maybe you're just fight fans and fans of particular fighters that only want to see your fighter do well, which is fine. I have favorite fighters as well. Not as much as I did back in the past. I only had two favorite fighters of all time, and that was Pernell Whitaker and Tito Trinidad. Besides that, I like almost every fighter. I just like to see good fights. You know what I'm saying? I just like to see good competition. That's why I'm a sports fan, right? I think when you're a sports fan, like me, like I like the Yankees, it's a team game. I root for the Yankees over everybody, right? But I appreciate the game. I played baseball when I was young, right? I coached Little League Baseball. I appreciate the game. And so when boxing, I appreciate the fighters. I appreciate them getting in the ring, right? I've never been in the ring. You know, I appreciate them, you know, putting their life on the line, putting their, you know, their well-being on the line, you know, to entertain me and to entertain you fans. So all this hatred and stuff, I think it's got to stop. I think it's pretty ridiculous, you know, and then all this praise for Ryan Garcia, I think he should get criticized. I think he should get criticized heavily until he fights a certain weight, until he becomes a world champion. How about that? That's just my opinion. I don't want you guys coming to roast me. I want to announce one more thing. I was supposed to announce in the beginning. I may announce it in my future videos that I'll do later on. I'm going to have a new segment on the show starting next week or the week after. It's going to be called The Boxing Casual. It's not going to be me. It's going to be, I got a personal friend of mine. I call him a cousin as well. And we call him The Boxing Casual. And he's going to be on, and he's going to be talking boxing, giving maybe 5 to 10 minute clips, videos. I'm not sure if he'll go live, but he'll be on my channel, right? And he'll be talking boxing, right? And he's The Boxing Casual. So you guys can roast him. He'll be looking at boxing a totally different way than maybe I may look at it, or maybe from you, where you're going to call him, you're just nothing but a casual. But it fits his name. So stay tuned for that. The Boxing Casual will be here by next week or maybe the week after that. Other than that, I really don't got anything else. Please stay tuned. Next Friday night, we're definitely going to go live. Not sure we're going to have a special guest or not. I'll be live. Hopefully my man Socrates will be live. D-Free, special guest. Maybe I have my guy BVO live. Please go check out my guy BVO Boxing, man. That's my guy right there. I know a lot of you don't like him, and but BVO, that's my guy, bro. Please like and subscribe and to his channel, his videos. He drops videos almost every day. That's my guy. He's out in Cleveland. He's from Ohio, right? But he was born here in New York, in the Brownsville section or East New York section of New York. Whatever he wants to call it. BVO is a little strange and weird, but he's still my guy. So that's all I got. Just want to real quick, hold on 1 second. One second, bear with me. Just want to show my face real quick to show that, I'm a real boy. I've been here the whole time. I had the picture up the entire time. Before I leave, which reminds me, now that I took out the clip, just want to show you, here's a fight with me and Khalil Cole. I look to try to get him on the channel one day. His coach is Eric Roman here out in Brooklyn. Khalil Cole's from Jersey. He trains out here with Eric Roman from here in Brooklyn, New York. I believe he now lives in the Bronx. I was introduced to Eric Roman by Cano Loco, and he's a good dude. I seen him at the fight. Also said what's up to him. So I look to have Khalil Cole. This is a future light heavyweight champion, in my opinion. Khalil Cole. I look to have him on one day. Also, at the end of the fight of the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight, I posted on my shorts, but I had the honor of seeing and meeting Antonio Tarver.
There was a lot of sluggish shit going on. He didn't have a script, but it wasn't a punch that put him down. The punches that put him down, the referee called him. The slip was good, but he could have said, hey, hold it. He could have taken for holding, but other than that, I don't think the referee did anything to help Devin Haney. What about the rematch? Devin got to get a lot better, bro. Devin got to get a lot better. He got to execute. He got to get his skill set up. You feel me? And his IQ got to elevate a lot.
And the excuses tonight, Devin. You call for one too, a mile away.
But this one, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody had this one wrong. Okay. Everybody had this one wrong. You feel me? Because we thought Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia would be distracted with all of the. We thought he'd be, but he put it together. But I believe a lot of that was Devin Haney. Because he was supposed to be the guy that allowed Ryan Garcia to be as successful as he was.
Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you.
That was Antonio Tarver talking after the fight, talking about Devin Haney needs to get his skills and IQ up. Antonio Tarver, you're a funny guy, bro, because weeks before that, I saw you an interview talking about how Devin Haney's skills were great and that he has good skills and his IQ is great. I think you need to work on your wording a little bit better. Maybe in the fight, his skills weren't up to par, and he made some mistakes. But I think you're kind of off in that. But Antonio Tarver, the Magic Man, he likes to talk. I think he likes to hear himself talk a lot too. But yeah, nevertheless, I just wanted to play that video. I got to see him. Got to meet some new people, some cool people out there that came out to see the fight as well. LDBC 78 Sports TV, cool dude. Got to kick it with him. BFTV from the LDBC, a couple other people. I met the boxing section, Kyle from the boxing section, another cool dude. We was cracking jokes during the undercard as well, because he's a Niner fan and I'm a Seahawks fan, so we go at it. But yeah, man, like and subscribe to those channels as well. Those are good. They do good boxing content as well. I know some people don't rock with certain people because of whatever issues that you may have, but when we do these videos, it's all about boxing and sports. I want to talk personal stuff and have jokes. That's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I know people love to see other people upset, right? So I know that certain people rock with Devin Haney, and because he lost, people are roasting him. That's cool. That's all, barbershop trash talk, right? I did it all the time in the barbershop. In my boy Mario's barbershop back in the day, we used to always be in there talking trash and stuff. And then we put in the fire stick and watch the fight sometimes. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm out. I appreciate you guys watching and dealing with me in this video. I went way longer than what I wanted to. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching it. Hopefully you skimmed it and at least got this far for me to say thank you. And I'll catch you in the next one. Look out for a baseball video and a football video talking about the draft, mostly the Seattle Seahawks, right? But please, last but not least, leave comments. Let me know. Was I trash? Did I miss stuff? What I need to talk about? Help me help you. I really appreciate that. All right. Without further ado, I'll see you on the next one, man. Take care.